The dream is real. Yeah. Welcome to the authentic voice of culture. We are TKBS, and I am your lifestyle specialist, Kenny Burns.
And I am Kendra Taylor.
Hey, y'all, it's Dr. Sugar. I just ain't got too much because Kenny Burns is already too much. Hey, y'all.
Kendra, that's the man with the bullhorn. That had nothing to do with me. They trying to short circuit your little private closet room area when you record. I'm seeing what's going on. How y'all doing?
I'm doing good.
You good, baby? You look good. I like. Is that peach? Is that orange? I'm a little colorblind.
Yeah, something like that.
Are you?
I mean, not really. It looks peach.
Oh.
Looks like sherbet.
It does.
Okay, frappe. Okay, frappe. What?
How was your weekend, Ken?
It was good. What did I do this weekend? Nothing.
That's good. Kendra, I want to applaud you. I want to applaud you for that, though, because you're supposed to build the world you want around you. So congratulations.
Yeah.
Round of applause for you. I love
Thank
that.
you.
Can I come stay when I come to St. Louis?
Of course. And I am in Kansas City. We 6-0.
It was a joke. It was
Everybody just calm down.
Sugar, how was your weekend, child? You good?
Baby, let me tell you something. Friday, I had one of the worst days in my entire career as an educator. It was
Who I gotta fight?
Listen, it's not, I don't even know. Like, I can't pinpoint nothing. It was a full moon. It was just chaos. I don't like chaos.
That was a big ass moon.
It was beautiful, but it was crazy. So I just kind of went home. I got in my Do-Re-Mi Designs bag, got some shirts knocked out. Kendra was like, Sugar, I'm going to call you later. I was like, friend, I'm about to go to sleep. And I literally woke up with my clothes on. That's how exhausted I was.
Wow.
And then I was just like, you know what? I need something. So I got in my car and drove to North Carolina A&T and participated in their homecoming a little bit.
What?
And got exactly what I needed and brought my behind back. And now I'm back on. Yeah, I had to get myself together because, honey, you can't do all of that to me and me be okay. So
what do you want? Do you want to expound on it?
No, it was just a bad day. It was a bad day.
Okay.
It's just different. These kids are different. You tell them to do one thing, they look at you and say no. Right. I don't typically have that issue. Other people kind of do. I don't typically have that issue, but I literally have had it was a day.
Yeah.
And then I was disappointed. Somebody told me they were going to do something, didn't do it. I got disappointed, and now bye. And so now it's time for me to focus on me. Big Mama is here.
Big Mama is giving all the feels. Okay, well, look, we're going to have some fun today. And if you'd like to know about my weekend, we could get
How was your weekend, Kenny Burns?
I got it.
Oh, God. What'd you say, Kendra? I couldn't hear you.
How the fuck was your weekend?
The evil was piercing through. Okay? She said, how the fuck was your weekend? Well, baby, my weekend was exceptional, but I want to start off by saying episode 6, Artificial Intelligence, was inspired by my weekend, child. Okay? All right, y'all ready for this? It started on Thursday. Big shout to BET. They hired your lifestyle specialist to do a men's roundtable called Black Men's Summit. It airs on my birthday, October 29th, and I am a correspondent for this particular event, and it's hosted by D.L. Hughley, has some other amazing people involved, and I had a great discussion. I talked to these brothers that are in this picture behind me, and they had great things to say about the election, and they talked about the economy, they talked about the border, they talked about all these things. So then I went to this kind of man on the street kind of thing, and I took them over to Edgewood, because I wanted to be, where my folks at, what I'm talking about? So I wanted to go see my guy, Scotty ATL, but he wasn't at Grills by Scotty, but we posted up in front, we interviewed, I caught a guy, come, he's like, Kenny Burns. I was like, yeah, matter of fact, how you doing? What's your name? I want to ask you about the election. So we talked to that guy. Then I walked down the street to Slutty Vegan, right? And this young brother was in there, and I walked in the Slutty Vegan, and I was like, hey, are y'all voting? And he was like, oh man, I don't even know. Now mind y'all, up until this point, every interview I had something to add to the political conversation, how they felt about the economy, immigration, the disinformation that's being spread on social media, how social media is playing a part in how they think about the election. But this young brother that was in Slutty Vegan, he blew me. He blew me, pause. And it was like a thing of like, he went down the disinformation playbook. Everything he had to say was about, you know, how Kamala wasn't black, how Donald Trump is giving us these stimulus checks, how Candace Owens, right, you know, had these things to say. And I'm like, wait, young blood, you said Kamala's not black. I said, have you even just Googled her father, right? And he literally was like, nah. And I was like, Google her father. He Googled, see that the man is black. I was like, you see, he black, he looked like he could be your granny. No, he looked kind of Indian to me. He was going back to the original sound bites that he's heard on TikTok in the algorithm. He kept going back. So I said, yo, BET, stop taping. Cause I didn't want to be making this young brother look crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like I wanted to educate him on camera. And I wanted to have a good, healthy spar, but he just did not know. And he was doubling down on the bullshit. So I stopped the cameras from shooting. I took him to the side. And this is the footage you see in the background. I was like, bro, I said, you really just saying things you don't know the truth about. Do you understand that? He was like, well, it's just so many things going around, OG. You know what I'm saying? That I don't know what to believe. I said, well, you got to fact check. I was like, you love your mama, right? Right? You love your sister. You have a sister. Yeah, I love my sister. I said, well, how could you treat a black woman with disrespect by not trying to find out the information? He was like, I ain't think about it like that. And for me, and I want to know how you feel, and I'm coming to you, Kendra, like, I just was, again, full from a day of excellence. I was running into black excellence and education and people knowing what they were talking about. And this young brother just did not. But he refused to look at the truth. He refused, like he was refusing. How do you feel about that? Because we are, you know, we're almost 10 days away from the election.
I just don't understand how a person would want to double down on misinformation that they really don't know anything about. It's like you had the time to listen to the bullshit.
Come on.
But you don't have the time to find the legitimate shit. Yeah. Let's really figure out what your issue is, because it can't be that she's not black, because clearly she is. It can't be that she's a woman. What internal issues do you have with either women or the political state of the country? Or are you just favoring a man that don't give a damn about you, that has been openly racist for his entire life, like it all the way down to his daddy? His daddy was a racist. He was a Klan. So why don't you take the time to really do the necessary research to get the information that you need to make an informed decision? Why would you want to hone in and double down once someone tell you what the truth is? Double down on the lies. What's really going on? That's what I want to know.
It's like they put a chip in these motherfuckers' heads. What did you just say? That Donald Trump daddy was in the Klan? Did you said? Look, Tiffany over there shaking her head.
His daddy.
Oh, he was in the Klan. I'm today's years old, child.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, Dr. Sugar, how you doing? How do you feel about what I just told you about Younger?
It makes me sad. You know how I used to go to the barbershop with my daddy often, to the point where they were looking for me after I was old enough to drive myself and not have to go with him because I was just with him, so I had to go. I'm like, I'm not coming in here. I came in here because I had to. It sounds like that guy in the barbershop that just be talking and don't know what they talking about. But it's so many of them.
Man.
And like you said, you like both of y'all said, you listen to this stuff, but you won't fact check. So you basically memorizing these sound bites, but you literally got a smartphone in your hand. And you won't fact check it. I mean, all you got to do is use Google.
Yes.
And so it's sad, but I like the way you literally took the time to talk to him and to make sure that he understood that you're not trying to sway him. You want him to be informed.
Yes.
And so I think that that's one of the things that we have to do as people who do the work and who do fact check. We don't want to bombard people with what we think. We just want them to be able to make informed decisions. And that's what we want y'all to do. Everybody that's listening, please make informed decisions. That's it.
Yes. And there was another brother who was a conservative, and we're going to get into this political thing down the line in the show. But it was this one brother that was coming after him, and he was listening to me talk to the youngin', and he was a conservative, meaning like I don't think he was voting for Kamala. Right? And so, but he came on with the energy in why he makes the decision he's gonna make. He didn't say he wasn't voting for Kamala, but he didn't say he was voting for Donald Trump. But I got the take that he was on the fence. And as we had the dialogue, and which is why I love that the Black Men Summit is coming out on my birthday, October 29th, because it's gonna be a hell of a birthday present for some of these brothers to change their perspective, because it's for Black men. But the dialogue he and I had, and he from New Orleans, a big shout out to New Orleans, y'all already know I love New Orleans. Come to find out in our conversation, like, yeah, I follow you. I know exactly what you feel and how you feel. So, but it was a respectful conversation, and he could see my points, I could see his. And that's the thing I want for my youngins though. I want y'all to be educated enough to have a real conversation about what you're talking about. Because if we continue to show up and just say shit, we're not gonna be trusted, y'all. We're not gonna be listened to, y'all. And when that happens, you're going to feel the weight of that in your jobs, when you show up for school, when you go to places to congregate with your peers. All this stuff is gonna start coming out and being a discomfort you've never felt. And I wanna get back into my trip, y'all, because that was just Thursday, child. I wanna go to Friday. So Friday, I take my ass to Howard University. HU? People think I went to Howard as much as I be shouting out Howard. I'm from Washington, D.C. It's a historically Black college in my neighborhood. You know what I'm talking about? So I flies to D.C. on Friday, y'all, and I needed a cut. Ron was mad at me because, you know, the barbers be fighting over me, you know what I'm talking about, because I got this beard. You know what I'm saying? Everybody wants to showcase their talent with this here. You know what I'm talking about? So I go, big shout out to Manifest. It's a barbershop / speakeasy upstairs. And then it's a bar, and you can buy all the fly shit. They got Marnie and Kenny Burns and all that type shit they selling. They're not really selling Kenny Burns, but they got some fly shit. But big shout out to Martin. I just want to tell all the barbers out there, Martin had the ice cold compress that he wrapped around my whole head. He washed my hair, he washed my beard. He didn't put some ointment on my head, then on my face. I felt like I was getting a facial haircut. He was just going in, and it was the hot, and it was loosening up the pores, it was opening my face. And it's so big shout out to Martin, man. I just want to give him a shout out. If you go to DC, check out Manifest. My brother KJ owns that joint. But ladies and gentlemen, I go to Howard, and of course I'm hosting at the world famous Park at 14. Oh yeah, big shout to Mark Barnes, big shout to my brother DJ Quicksilver, Kendra, Kat, Renee, the entire Park at 14th crew. It is probably the best customer service in the world. The only problem is that Mark Barnes is light-skinned and he's subject to lose his mind. And I woke up the first night and he was having one of his episodes. It wasn't on me, it was on somebody, but my crew got in, we got in fine, it was beautiful. End of the night though, and I'm getting to my point in story, and I'm coming to y'all because we're gonna talk about this one. I met the boy, Justin LeBoy. I think I met him before, but it was our first time kind of like huddling up, dapping, you know what I'm saying? Just really, you know what I'm saying, like embracing each other. He was like, OG, like, I like what you're doing. You know what I'm saying? Like, boom, boom, boom. I was like, look, man, I like what you're doing. The power of words is a motherfucker. You know, you got me laughing on the internet all the time about these relationships, blah, blah, blah. I said, but now that you got people's attention, what's the next thing? He was like, man, that's what I'm saying. Like, you know, I'm about to get into the boom, boom, bam. So I was like, all right, bet. So we exchanged numbers, you know. We get to Saturday. Now, Saturday, I chilled out. I watched my son's game. Big shout out to Kyle Burns. He went crazy again this weekend. My son Kenny Burns went crazy, so I'm trying to, you know, check on them and check all the things. I'm on the phone all day resting. And I pulled back up on Saturday night because I'm back at the world famous Park at 14th, and it is a zoo. I'm talking about a zoo, right? So I go upstairs and we're about to go to the VIP. And here's my landing plane, as Meek Mello would say. I walk up to the thing and I see Justin and I saw a girl, so I thought it was him and her. So I'm walking up and I'm about to say, come with me, you know, because they wasn't letting nobody up to the VIP. So I'm literally like going to him, I was like, hey, you good? He was like, nah, they tripping, blah, blah, blah. So the energy he gave immediately, like he was frustrated, had been waiting. It's like, you know what? Let me get my people straight, I'm gonna take care of you. So I went to Kendra, I was like, go take care of my man, boom, 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 he could sit with us, right? So apparently he had a bunch of people. So as they were sifting that out, because they weren't about to let everybody up, I get immediately active. I'm talking about active. I'm talking about lit. It was energy off top. The Clase Azul Reposado came out at the right time. Big shout to Sherwin and Glenn. They sent me some ace of spades. We was activated. Now this is 20 minutes in. So then we going up, Quicksilver doing this thing. We boom, bam, bam. And then all of a sudden I hear like, hey, hold up. And I look over and I see Justin LeBoy on the mic. And I'm like, okay, cool. He might be saying some fly shit. I'm having a time. I'm levitating. You know, y'all see me active. I'm levitating at this point, right? So I'm literally like, you know, cool, bam, drinking. All of a sudden I hear,
yeah, I don't like how the park just did me. You know what I'm saying? Y'all show crazy love to Kenny Burns.
And I'm paraphrasing. It went something like this.
Y'all show crazy love to Kenny Burns, you know? But I'm Justin LeBoy, the Toxic King. And I'm what Kenny Burns was 20 years ago.
What did you say, nigga?
And so the entire place got quiet, right? And then he started going on the security like,
yeah, security, y'all better.
I said, yo, calm down. Like, I get it, you mad. You know what I'm saying? Let's party, right? So he got off the mic, went and had an incredible night. But after it, y'all, I was thinking to myself, I'm like, what the fuck do people think is transferable from Instagram in real life? What do they think that these followings really mean if people don't know who you are? They're not supposed to know who you are just because you got 2 million followers or 17 million, 125 million. They're not supposed to know you. And if security, right, in another city where you're not from is holding you, like, because you can't blah, 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 like, you got to figure it out. Now, mind you, you have my number at this point, right? You have Quicksilver's number. So I didn't get nothing but yo, I can't believe they disrespected me, blah, 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 blah. It was no, hey, big homie, I'm in your city, can you woo, woo, woo? And I'm saying this because I don't feel no way about it because it was a backhanded compliment, right? But at the same time, it's the irony of this artificial intelligence. It's the irony that you're artificially being pumped up with this confidence that everybody's supposed to do something for you, that everybody's supposed to know who you are, that everybody's supposed to be at your beck and call. I've been in this shit 30 years. You wonder why I get ultimate respect from everybody? It's because I show respect. Yeah, we all are young once, and I'm coming to you, sugar. We all are young once, and we get in our feelings. And that's why I'm not mad at you, Justin, but I have to let you know, just like you let everybody know on that mic, that there is a difference, right? It's called real life in an artificial world that's made up to feed ego. That's not real life. I want to know what you got to say about that, sugar.
Well, first of all, let me start here. I thought the man's name was Justin L.A. Boy. Yeah. I didn't know it was little boy. Let's start there. Shout out to you, Justin, because the content is great, but you have to be able to arrive as yourself. And if people don't know you, that representation really could either make or break you. Because now you have been disrespectful to people that you don't have a relationship with. So now that you've done that, you're going to have to do a lot of work to make sure that that kind of action doesn't precede you. The good things need to precede you. They need to be like, oh, here come Justin. Let me make sure he's good.
Right.
Instead of, here come problematic, toxic Justin, as you called yourself. So I think you just got to really make sure that you do the work. That's the main thing. You got to do the work, because if you're not doing the work, you're going to be upset about things that really don't really matter. They don't know you. Your posts are black and white. I ain't never seen your face till just now. So we don't know who you are. We know the name, we know the brand, we know all those things, but show up and do your work to be as authentic as possible so that you don't come in thinking that you deserve something that you haven't quite earned, even though you've earned a lot behind this moniker.
Yeah. And it's the same, and I'm coming to you because it's the same with football players. You know, football players get really upset when people don't know who they are, but you got a helmet on. You got a helmet on all day. And to Sugar's point, you literally, it's black and white words all day long. And then everybody doesn't watch Revolt. He had a show on Revolt. But, you know, I like the youngin', to be honest with you. He got great energy. It's just that we let this consume us sometime, Ken, and it becomes a negative versus a positive.
It does. And I'm with Sugar. I thought his name was just in LA too. And I ain't never even seen the dude. So who's gonna know who you are? And not only that, that's not the first sight I want to hear from you. Like, they don't know who I am. The arrogance in that. Yeah. That's what it showed. It showed that you have some kind of arrogance about you that you have not earned in a town that don't even fucking know you. The people didn't know you. Yes, we respect your platform and the thing. Yeah. I didn't repost a lot of stuff because some of the things I can relate past, present, or one of my friends. Right. And it's cool. But at the end of the day, is that what you want to be known for? Acting like that out there? And it's not even showing up as yourself. It's about, like you said, being respectful. You get more bees with honey. Stop going out here thinking somebody owe you something just because you post on fucking Instagram.
Yeah, I love when Ratchet Kendra come. You know what I'm talking about? Fucking Instagram. I do. Listen, I agree with you because there's another guy, Super Ray 14K, right? He had posted something the other day that he clearly got paid to post, right? And I get it. But y'all, are we that for sale? And I had to say something. Like, I can't, and Justin, I hope you're not taking this personally as I'm attacking you, because I'm not. I'm just showing you the error of your ways because you haven't called me. You know, you don't know how I took what you said, which I don't take as disrespect. It was a backhanded compliment, but I'm saying to you, like, you're bigger than that. If you have the power of words to influence people with the toxic energy, as you call it, which I don't think is toxic all the way. I think it's dead on with some of the descriptions you have and scenarios you have in relationships. I wouldn't call that toxic. I might call that the truth. But the power of words is a real thing, and you got people's attention. It's just what you're going to do with it. And with Super Ray 14K, I love this motherfucker. Like, he be fine. I don't know where he finds these videos from China, cooking all the types of things we ain't never seen or know was edible. But he finds them and he be talking shit, and he from Detroit. What up, though, Detroit? I'm coming to you in a second too. But it's like, you really gonna post this false disinformation site? Like, check this out. I'm like, no, all money is not good money. You really supporting another vehicle that's putting out disinformation. They basically said, I went to the page after he posted, like, the page said, yeah, Donald Trump wins the election. Like, things that ain't even happened type shit. And I'm just like, what are we doing? Y'all can't even entertain me no more, because now I'm looking at you like you a sellout. And I want to ask you this, Ken, because at the end of the day, we are selling our souls. We are selling, and we've been. But when I look at like Trick was in Detroit a week after this man said, and if you don't know who Trick is, he is a street legend, and he had this thing called no fly zone. That means you couldn't come to the city without checking in. He was one of the first to be on that bullshit. But he was just on stage representing the man that just trashed his city, that just talked about his city the week before. And I'm just like, I get it, but I can't accept it, because all money ain't good money. And then you got Antonio Brown. Antonio Brown is literally on stage sounding like he's in special ed. I'm like, he's clearly in need of some mental help. He sound off. And then he got Le'Veon Bell on the side wearing a weird ass t-shirt. I'm like, who are these people right now? You can't think this man is supporting you, but you know what it reminds me of, Ken? It reminds me of them Africans that helped get them motherfucking slaves on that ship.
Message.
Hello? Don't let that go over. It reminds me of them people in your neighborhood that was doing what they had to do, but never stopped and continuously kept dealing drugs and continuously started, you know what I'm saying, doing all the things that were detrimental to our communities. If you gain the knowledge and you know better, you have to do better. Talk to me, Ken, because I'm about to go there.
So one more thing about LA Boy with Justin.
Oh, Lord. She saw his picture, y'all. He's up there with Chris Brown now visually.
No,
yeah.
No,
Justin, you have a new fan.
Listen, no. He got an issue with Sagittarius, so I think one hurt him once upon a time. But anyway, let's get back to Trick and them, whoever them people is. It's kind of like the conversation me and Tiff was having a little bit earlier. It's a slave mentality. It's like, what's going through you guys' head? If someone came to my city, and from what I see, I have family up in Detroit. What I see a lot of small booming businesses up in Detroit. I see a lot of Black-owned businesses up in Detroit, and they support one another. I think that is amazing because most of these cities, we have big companies that come in the neighborhood and take over, and no one is supporting the small businesses. So if the United States is going to be like Detroit, from what I see, I'm down for it because we need more mom and pop stores that's exceeding the expectations of the community and having the support from their community as well. So these people, yeah, AB, he is a little off. We've been knowing that. Everybody that support Donald Trump, it seems like they off. They got some kind of mental illness like
Facts.
them, and it's probably like they have some kind of sessions at night of being just ignorant. I just don't know. I just don't know.
Yeah,
whatever.
Yeah, I hear you, child. It's Sugar, and for me, it's just the unbelievable access that these ignorant people have nowadays. They would have never been allowed to speak in public. It's certain people you protect from speaking just so they don't look crazy. You know what I'm talking about?
Instead, people giving them a microphone, giving them internet, giving them Instagram, giving them followers. So, first of all, I respect people that stand up for their cities, right?
Yeah.
But it's hard for me to think past the fact that you are an OG and your name is Trick Trick. Like, what?
Oh, Lord. Oh.
You ain't want to drop one of them? Like, what? It just doesn't sound like it. You don't sound like you gonna tell me nothing. Your name Trick Trick. Like, nah, come on. But crazy. It's just crazy. Like you said, are we for sale for that small of an amount that we will allow our places to be denigrated in a way that we're supporting somebody who does not care anything about us? Like,
at all.
I'm sorry, but I got an inbox recently talking about, do you do paid promotions? I was just thinking, what? I ain't got no following like that, but if I don't believe in something, I'm not going to promote it. And so you could pay me or not, but I'm not going to promote something that I don't believe in. I don't care nothing about it. Like, I'm not doing no commercials for, honey, I don't know nothing about your products. Like, no. So when people are able to be bought, that says a lot about their character, or that maybe it says a lot about what they need in the moment. Because sometimes I think people look at the amount that they're being paid for something and they just do it and they don't know whether it aligns with who they are as a person. It's important for us to be careful about where we are showing our allegiance. Yeah. And if your name is behind something or someone, or you're posting something or someone, people think that, or people rightfully so can believe that that's what you believe, or that's what you support, or that's what you align with. I don't align with a whole bunch of extra unnecessary stuff. So I just don't want to be posting that.
Yeah, and you can't take it back. You can't take that type shit back. You are on stage with Donald Trump. That's never going away. And to Kendra's point, I love Detroit. I love how they stick together, but how quick they forget who brought back the auto industry. Huh? Do you remember that, Detroit? Obama. The Obama administration, a Democrat. Do you not know that every time a Democrat is in office for 8 years, the balance of the budget is always on point when they exit? They always have a surplus. You could go back in history, but see, y'all want that immediate money. Y'all want that immediate check. But look at Detroit and what happened to it prior to him bringing the industry back. Y'all had building skyscrapers for $1 million. Y'all had abandoned houses on the majority of the street. Like, ladies and gentlemen, y'all don't remember that? Y'all don't remember what happened to bring your industry back, your middle class back? It baffles me how quickly we forget. But we've been about that money. See, it's about that money. We don't care about nothing else, because if we get a check, we good. And then in this land of the fake, the real is stepping out in front of the fake shit like it's real. We are tricked. We are tricked. You hear me? Listen, this is what we thought, y'all. We thought that street dudes that made it was so thorough and so worthy. That's what, like, everybody's, Meech on, oh, big Meech on, big. I don't want Big Meech to go by none of you niggas and get in no kind of trouble doing no type of shit that he went to jail for. How about that? Y'all still gonna celebrate him? Huh? What's the pop culture lure then? And yes, I am happy he's free too. I'm happy he has another chance at life. He's coming home to some type of money. BMF is on fire. His son is on fire. I know he gonna take care of him. But what you niggas really rooting for? Yes, we want everybody to be whole. But when the thoroughest of the thorough is now on Piers Morgan talking about somebody that they defended with their lives, and all of a sudden you want to check, ain't got no proof or nothing else but some baby oil, but you stand on Piers Morgan going psycho on a motherfucker that you know you was around the bullshit with. So you don't think that's gonna come up in court, sir? Or you don't think you're gonna be affected by that? I am baffled, because the streets, to me, growing up the streets is where I learned respect, how to demand respect, how to honor my friends that were not my family, how somebody showed interest in me when my family didn't. I don't know what you motherfuckers got from the streets, because the way that you're showing up in your adulthood, where you're supposed to be at the top of your game, where you done seen enough life to apply it and help somebody else climb after you, you are taking us 100 years back. Because guess what? Sugar, they can't take this back. This will forever be on the internet. It will forever be a part of your legacy. Now what? Where do we go from here, Sugar? Talk to me, baby.
We have to be so much more cognizant about the way we show up on the internet. Like Kenny said, y'all, once it's there, it's there. I don't care how many times you take it down. It's there.
Yes.
And unfortunately, people get on the internet and spew whatever feeling they have in the moment, not thinking about the long-lasting effects of it or how it affects other people. So we just need to find a friend.
Yeah.
Find somebody that you pray to. Talk to them. Talk quietly. You don't need to set your phone up, get your tripod up, set up your ring light, and make no video and post it because you mad.
Listen.
You should not make life-altering decisions when you are already upset.
No, 90% of you are not built for what comes after it. Oh yeah. You didn't think about that, did you? You got the former president of the United States on the Instagrams and internets talking about Arnold Palmer's dick. This is somebody you're supporting. He's talking about another man's meat.
Ew.
Then he's on Fox News talking about if he gets into office, he's going to get rid of the Department of Education.
Crazy bitch.
So he's dumb, and you're what?
You got to be a stupid motherfucker.
Please help me, Kendra, because I don't understand that a man can tell you exactly how he's gonna fuck you and your community, and you still gonna support it. Who benefits from the Department of Education being cut?
It's Dumb and Dumber. That's what's happening. He wants to do exactly what DeSantis is doing in Florida.
You said DeSantis?
Whatever his name is. You know who I'm talking about. The dude in Florida. You know who I'm talking about. So they want to rewrite history and what it was. They don't want to look like what they were and what they are. They are just trying to wipe out anything that they can because they feel like, oh, well, you know, the white people is making our ancestors look bad of what because y'all did some bad shit. That's
horrific.
What your history, that's what your history is. So own it. They want to rewrite the history. They don't want anyone to know about it. And that's what they want to do across the board, across the United States. So for someone to go after that and be like, yeah, I gotta vote for him. It gotta be good. No, it's not good. He's been there before. I'm also sick of people constantly mentioning, well, she ain't did nothing the whole time she been in there the 4 years. Do you know what the vice president does? That's not their job. It's the president's job. They support.
Well, but it's also cap. It's also cap though, Kendra. That's a lie.
It is.
That's a lie.
It's an excuse on why they don't want to vote for her because it's not legitimate.
Yeah, and Sugar, like at the end of the day, the man said not only is he going to cut the Department of Education, but the interviewer asked him, like, what if the liberal cities, are still talking about slavery and how slavery was, America was built on the backs of slavery? He said, I'm not going to fund them.
But also, separate from school choice, we're going to take the Department of Education, close it. I'm going to close it. We'll have one person, could be you if you decide to retire.
Okay, Mr. President, here's what bothers me.
Central casting.
Here's what bothers me about that. So let's say you have a liberal city, let's Los Angeles, San Diego, and they just decide we're going to get rid of that history. We got new history. This is America built off the backs of slaves on stolen land. And that curriculum comes in.
Then we don't send them money. We would save half of our budget.
Okay.
And again, it's affecting you, niggas, the most. Where are the underserved markets? I got 2 teachers, one former teacher, one in school right now. They will tell you right now who is the most underserved community in the world as far as education. Black communities.
It just doesn't make sense to me that people are still supporting someone who is saying such crazy things. Like when the interviewer came back and said, no, like the one guy was starting to laugh and then the other one came back and was like, no. So what about immigrants and slaves that built this country? And then he talking about, I'll just cut their funding. How's that legal?
Yeah.
How's that legal? How's that something morally that you can do and think that it's okay? You cannot be that disconnected from the regular world that you think that defunding education basically is something that you should do just because it'll look like you have done something so good, because education is a cash cow, to be honest.
Right.
But the problem is you out here uneducated talking about you don't want to give no funding to education.
They don't want the truth to be told. That's the problem. You want to continue to erase history?
Oh yeah, absolutely, because they want to write the history that they want to be. And you can't write history. You can only start making things happen that will become history, but you can't rewrite history that's already happened. So the issue with DeSantis in Florida and the books and banning books, it's almost like you letting folks just be on their own devices. Like you are crazy and you out here just allowing people to teach opinions. That's not what teaching is. You give them the facts and let them do what they will with the facts. You don't teach opinions. You don't give your opinion. You facilitate. And then, wait, since we're here, did y'all see the daughter-in-law on the Breakfast Club?
Child.
I was just like, how in the world are you okay when they are telling you something and you're like, well, he's never been racist. You said this, and this. Oh, is that what you got from that? It's the video. How do you not see it? Like literally, we're not even, and it wasn't even like I'm paraphrasing. I am playing a video.
This is
what he said. Yeah. And it's just strange to me that people don't see what the facts are. Cause like, I just don't know, like what is scrambling up in your brain that you are not taking what a person is saying and knowing that that's what they're saying. I don't get that.
I feel that way every time I see like the pundits for him talk. It's cringeworthy because it's almost like you can't possibly believe what you're saying. And to Kendra's point, it has to be something psychologically wrong with you. It really does, because even like the woman on The View, I forgot her name. She was a staunch Trump supporter. And now she cannot stand him because she has every reason not to fuck with him. You know what I'm saying? And you've seen other people do that, but the people that are staying, I'm like, you're not sane. But I want to get into some more positive information and news about this campaign season. And Kamala is hitting shit out the park. She talked about her $50,000 tax credit for small businesses. She is on the campaign trail with everybody and their mama, getting to the surgical part of the discussion we need to have. Like what black men want. She finally addressed them directly. Tiffany, you got some more information on that, right?
Yes. So last week, VP Harris, soon to be President Kamala Harris, okay, she rolled out her plan for Black men and the Black community. And one of the things that she talked about specifically was she was, boosting the opportunity for Black men to invigorate them, to make sure that they had the possibility to become like business owners and things like that. And the pushback, and the reason why I'm going here first and then going to the rest of what she said is so that we can explain to the listeners the importance of what they're overlooking. So in her plan, when you go to her website, it says like, this is for Black men, but then she has and others. The reason being is because we all seen what the Fearless Fund went through with that lawsuit. Facts. So it's actually illegal to discriminate, because that's what that's considered. And I'm using air quotes whenever you say that this is for one race only. Right. So that's what that language is. But even more, important, when you look at her plan, she infuses it in other ways as well. When she talks about her legalization of the cannabis across, as far as federally,
the cannabis,
because there's so many hemp and things like that. Yeah. But her part of her plan includes like carving out a niche for Black men to be able to partake in that ownership. Because coming from a legalized state in Oklahoma, when it first became legal to buy in to get your own dispensary, they had it placed so high at $1 million that it was hard for Black people to participate. So I want to make sure that everyone knows that, VP Harris is really working for us, but we have to be able to read the coded language in order to understand it.
We need to read.
Read, nigga, read.
It's not even rocket science. If you're an ex-felon that dealt in weed, you know what's going on in these markets. You cannot not know, because everybody that was along your distribution pipeline is damn near in the business already. And they will tell you every state Black men were priced out of the equation. You couldn't get the licenses because they were made only to be afforded by the white people. It is what it is. But see, the problem is you got to have vision. You got to think big, bitch.
Think big, bitch.
You know what I'm talking about? You can't stay in this little mediocrity version of your mind where only one thing can happen. Only one type of life is afforded to you. Only one, thing could possibly happen because of your resources or access. No! If you read, you can find out some shit. It's on her website. It's scary that y'all can find it, to Kendra's point earlier and Sugar's point earlier. It's scary how y'all can remember the bullet points that they feed you through the algorithm, but you can't go read and find out what the opposition is, because I just don't understand. Because if somebody tells me something that I don't know that is very sketchy, shady, or probable that they're telling me some bullshit, I want to go fact check it just for my sanity.
I'm always gonna fact check it. I don't care if I'm listening to a sermon. If it's something that I'm unfamiliar with, I'm gonna look that scripture up and see what my thoughts are from it. So I just don't understand. It just seems lazy. And it seems lazy because you are taking what people give you and you're using it as gospel. I don't take nothing nobody tells me and use it as gospel. I'm gonna look it up.
Yeah.
I have been known as the friend that's gonna Google something. I've always, for the last probably 25 or 30 years, they call me Google Sheryl. Yes, they be calling me Google Maps, because they be like, how do I get here? I'm like, I'm telling you, but then I'm gonna look it up still. Because if I have something at my fingertips that has all the information that I need, we don't have to use encyclopedias anymore. We can look on encyclopedia.com, okay? Yeah. We can look up Britannica.com. Credible resources. Make sure we're not looking at Wikipedia. Yeah. It is not credible. Anybody can post anything at any time.
Right. That's
but
right.
Here's the thing. You still have access. That's the issue. If we didn't have access, I would understand. But we have access. Every person that I know that is acting and showing up as an ignorant person is not ignorant. They're just choosing to limit their access so that they can get on whatever soapbox they want to get on. It almost seems like they're looking for attention. Because I ain't never seen such brilliant minds out here acting like they stupid.
Come on.
Stop being stupid. Stop dumbing yourself down. You don't have to, like I said this last week, you don't have to dim your light for somebody else's to shine. Let them catch up with you. You are amazing. You ain't got to be out here looking stupid. You ain't got to be out here looking dumb. You ain't got to be out here trying to fit in. I went through that as a kid. Yeah. I wanted to fit in. I wanted the people to like me. It was hard. And then them people still in the place where I grew up, not doing nothing. Not all of them, but some of them that I wanted to like me the most. Honey, they not doing nothing with their lives. So the thing is, I didn't mean to go on a tangent, but the thing is, you really got to look inside and make sure that whatever you're doing, you are making sure that you are good. You can't worry about what other people think about you.
Child, and I just want to end this part of the struggle bus with saying that Elon Musk done promised $1 million. What is this, Tiffany? Read this to the nation. This motherfucker's offering what?
So Elon Musk has reportedly offered $1 million a day to entice swing state voters to sign a petition. Now, before I read this, I do want to say that this is illegal. You know, we can't give out sandwiches and water.
Yeah.
But you know, they're questioning the legality of his promise, but Elon Musk says he'll give away $1 million daily until the election to registered voters in swing states who signed the America PAC petition. He said, and I quote, "I think this is kind of fun. And, you know, it seems like a good use of money, basically." That's what he said.
Okay, so y'all playing with people we just talked about now who get the access because they got the money. He said he gonna give $1 million to each person? No, it can't be. Or the state.
It's $1 million giveaway. So pretty much if you sign a petition, you're entering to win.
So it's a sweepstakes?
Yes, and he's giving away $1 million per day to one winner that signs the petition.
From now into the thing. So that's like how many days left? 14 days left or whatever? Y'all don't want to vote, huh? You don't. And this man owns X, by the way. He owns X and owns Neuralink. It owns Tesla. Everything if you own a Tesla like Kendra, still, I don't know why she rich, she could buy another car, but if you have the means, this man is in your phone, he got all your information, Kendra, and you paying him to pay these people, so you damn near supporting Trump now, Kendra, I don't know. If you have a Tesla.
Ain't you still got one?
No, I don't. Sold that bitch.
You got rid of all of them?
Sold all them bitches.
Okay, well, buy me one. Buy me another cardigan. Nah.
Listen, I hear you though, but that is very scary, ladies and gentlemen, because this is the world that's gonna be. I'm sorry, is he the second richest man in the world? So that means he got more money than the United States government. I'm just saying, don't let this kind of stuff go over your head, y'all. And they can be stopped, but it's gonna take people that's responsible in power to stop them. All right, and now it's time for Live from the Comments. Kendra, I know you got one. Talk to a real player when you see him in the street.
My comment is from Jaquise Albert Hugo. When a black person decides to vote for Trump after everything that man has done to undermine your people, seriously, this person has serious personal issues of identity and lack of political awareness, and that type of behavior is definitely idiotic.
Facts.
Yes, I agree. And some of the comments that I had on this post was when you and I were speaking about why black men don't want to vote for Kamala. And there was a lot of good conversation in there. And then I picked this comment because it overrides a lot of comments that was in that section. But I totally agree. It's such an idiotic choice when you vote for a person that have showed you who they are, and on multiple occasions. So be smart, people. Do your research and make a educational decision.
That's right. Thank you, love. And she's talking about Haas. She wasn't going to reply to you today because she thinks you are possessed by nigga Satan. Dr. Sugar.
Listen, I said something on one of mine too, and I said, "Oh, we just gonna pray for you, baby, because this can't be the Haas that we know and love."
Man, we miss you. We miss him, Haas.
We miss the regular one, because baby,
unhinged for Jesus. Come back.
Okay, all right. So the comment that I have is from Oski Woski 504. Oski Woski always comments and says, "Interesting." ... That's it. So I'm just glad you said something else.
Right.
It says, "Never stand begging for that which you have the power to earn." Miguel de Cervantes. Okay, so I think this was on one of the clips where I was talking about people begging for stuff or counting people's money. Yeah. I 100% agree. Earn your money, do your thing. Don't try to figure out what somebody else got and ask them for their stuff. Thank you, Oski Woski.
Yeah, you know what's crazy? I used to think like he was a bot. He just always be like interesting, like say something else. So big shout to you and thank you, Moski Woski, for participating with the nation. Tiffany, do we have any quotes?
Yes, we definitely do. The first comment, we have two. Of course, we have one with love. The first comment comes from Miss Bespoke. And this is in regards to the post that you had last week when you were talking about Trump blocking the aid to North Carolina.
Okay.
So she says, and I quote, "And these are the same people in North Carolina he pandered to during his previous campaign, who I call NASCAR Nation, and pandered to those living out west in the mountains. Same people who supported him that thought that he was for them and about them. Same people being denied to get help to get their lives, homes restored. Exact same people he pandered to in Florida, Asheville, all in total devastation. Same people denying each other help. And I hope with my whole heart to see that not only is their party not about them, but also that Trump is not about them. And evidently, they're not even about each other. Turning their swords on each other is much deeper than people are realizing."
Man, she said NASCAR Nation. That is a fact. That's a different breed. That's a different, and it's facts though. It's like, to Sugar's point a little bit ago, it's like he keep showing you. It's like back in the day where it's behind the closed doors and they doing the Birdman hands, thinking how they going, get us. This motherfucker saying the shit. And he not only saying it to black folk, he's saying it to everybody who don't believe in him. And that is the majority of you. I don't know if y'all didn't really notice those commercials with the highest level of security or status in the government, all that work for him. All of the highest ranking government officials are against him. All. Not like two, and you got 27 left. It's like 27-2. And y'all still ain't believing these people? Okay, Tiff, we got another. Let's go.
Yes, and the last one, of course, you already know is full of love. That comment comes from Corey Matthews, photographer. He said, "For last episode for you guys, such a great episode. All the podcast episodes are jam-packed with so many gems. I have my people tuning in, listening, and learning. Keep them coming. Nothing better than good content."
Thank you. Ladies, how does that make you feel in your spirit?
I feel good.
It feels great to know that people are actually hearing and listening and contributing. We are happy to hear from y'all. Let me say one more thing, okay?
Yeah, come on.
Since we're still in this little segment, can y'all please start interacting a little bit more with our comments? Because I almost had to go back to let me see what they say in the Kenny Burns. I ain't want to do that. Come on, y'all. Say something to me. I will talk back. Dr. Sugar wants to hear from you.
Give me your handles right now, y'all.
My Instagram handle is Sugar Rae. At UMM Sugar, SUGA, Rae, RAE. Thank you.
Yes, Kendra, come on.
Mine says Kendra says, Kendra.says.
And man, big shout to Usher, man. He's on the campaign trail. He was in Atlanta doing his shows, the ones he had to make up for the ones that were canceled at the beginning of his amazing tour. I didn't make it because I was at Howard Homecoming, but I love you, Usher. But I just got this message, man, that warmed my heart because, as y'all all know, I'm behind the scenes. I'm trying to be in everybody's ear to be on the right side of history. And with celebrities, a lot of times they don't jump out there just because of, celebrity reasons, right? They're so big, and Usher's the biggest. There's no greater, force in R&B and pop culture than Usher. And for him to do that, I was so proud. And I remember having a big conversation with him, we need you to be, a little more outspoken, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? So we had this whole big political talk, and Tiffany was at his Coca-Cola commercial he did. And so we had this big conversation, but I got a text from somebody who was, what he said, a fly on the wall when I was talking to Usher. He said, "Good afternoon. I pray everything is great with you. In light of Usher endorsing VP Kamala Harris, I just wanted to take the time out to say your words to him were powerful. Even though I'm a fly on the wall and behind the scenes, as a man, I really appreciated your perspective, and I'm sure it played a big role in him taking the jump and using his voice to endorse." He said, "Thanks, G." For me, that warms my heart. Big shout to you, brother. I don't want to shout you out because maybe that was just supposed to be between me and you, but I wanted to put it out there because, we have to continue to inspire each other, give each other the real information. Like I mentioned earlier with that young brother from Slutty Vegan, I want to give the game, the information, so we're not out here misspeaking and not saying anything, because not saying anything is saying a lot. So I appreciate that, my brother. And now it's time for As the World Turns with Kenny Burns. Ladies and gentlemen, real is rare. I thought growing up, if you was a gangster, you played it all the way out to your death. But that ain't the fact, because you niggas is turning into Satan. That's right, you thought the devil was after you. No, nigga, you are after you. It's the shadow that won't leave you alone. It's when you wake up in the morning and you see that evil motherfucker staring back at you. Yes, you are now becoming your worst enemy. Fellas, I need you to hear the words that are coming out of my mouth. I'm about to climb over this motherfucking desk. I'm tired of seeing the most thoroughless, I thought, go live for Satan. Oh, yeah. You niggas thought it was gonna be all fun and games, but you met a real one today. You better get with it or get lost. You are a pawn in the game that will be under the jail if they decide to go left on you on 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Don't you forget that you are part of the problem. Amen. All right, ladies and gentlemen, like and share and tell everybody about the greatest show on earth. And as Kendra, get us up out of here with some sass for that ass. Kendra, come on, tell them what we about.
That's real.
It's real, y'all. I just don't even know.
Unhinged for Jesus.
Quit putting my Jesus in this.
The dream is real.